Hey there, vinyl community. How you doing? I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in. I always appreciate it. And cheers, my friends. So I figured I'd throw my hat into the ring. I'm going to go ahead and list my top 15 albums from 2024. A couple of notes. First off, I don't own every album that I necessarily wanted to buy in 2024. There's still others that time and money, friends, time and money. So maybe there's an album or two in here you're thinking, how did that not make your list? Well, maybe I just haven't gotten around to buying it yet. Or maybe it's an album where there's no way in hell I would ever buy that album. It's my list, okay? I have to own the album, all right? Or CD. There's CDs mixed in here because we know the price of vinyl, especially new vinyl, right? Tends to be kind of expensive, so I can't always get it in vinyl. My second choice is CD. So you're going to see a mix of vinyl and CD in here. First off, I'm going to list an album that disappointed me. Okay, I was kind of looking forward to it. Did not live up to what I wanted. And that is Bouquet by Gwen Stefani. I was hoping for a little bit more from this album. It has its moments. I'm not saying the album sucks or anything, but I definitely wouldn't call it great either. There's too much uh, middle of the road, slower stuff in here. I wanted some more upbeat songs. It starts out good. It has, a couple songs like that in here. She sounds in fine voice, but too much repetition, too many slower songs. Now, I will say, it's got a great cover on it and everything. It might be one of the best album covers of the year. Excuse me just a second. My cat was down there chewing some paper. Had to stop her. Okay, now this next album is one that I just recently got from my good buddy Mike over at Mike's Got the Spins. But I kind of feel like if I would have more time to spend with it, it probably would have cracked my top 15. But for now, I can't really do it. But that is Kacey Musgraves' Deeper Well. I already really like this album. This is a fantastic record. Good country, folk, a little bit of pop in there. Beautiful voice, some great songs in there. Really starts out strong. So there's one. Kacey Musgraves did not make my top 15, but I just haven't had enough time with it, but I'm pretty sure it would be in there over time. So here we go, number 15. Little Miss Lost by The Sins. This is actually one that Matthew Street sent me. Terrific pop, rock here. This has just got some really good stuff on it. Really good, catchy songs. Really dig this. I've listened to this quite a bit this year. So Little Miss Lost by The Sins. Coming in at number 14. Dark Side of Horror by Messer Chups. Now, actually, this band has been around for a while, but they are new to me this year. They are a three-piece surf rock band from Russia. How about that? This is just an amazing combination of surf rock and like early 60s, late 50s horror. It's just a lot of fun. I really dig it. And this was actually a gift from my buddy Josh over at the Flip Sides. Thank you. Here's another gift. This, a lot of people, I guess, kind of know some things to send me or whatever. I ended up really liking this. I didn't know that I would at all. But this is Defiance Part 2 by Ian Hunter. So this is part 2. He already put out part 1. I'm not familiar with that one. But I was surprised by this. I got to be kind of in the mood for it. Ian, of course, is pretty old at this point. His voice definitely has the wear and tear on it, but he still comes up with some good, catchy songs, clever lyrics. Love the song Weed on here. Really good. Also has Jeff Beck's last appearance on record. So, thank you, Steve. From A is for Alice. Next up, what were we at here? 15, 14, 13, 12. 12, Luck and Strange by David Gilmour. Here's our buddy Dave. Pink Floyd, one of my all-time favorite bands. David Gilmour, one of my all-time favorite guitar players. And you're thinking, well, wow, I'm surprised it's not up a little bit higher. It's a good album for him. It's a solid album. It just loses me at times. It's a lot to take in. There could be a little more excitement on it, and I think it would be higher. I know you've got people who are in the Roger Waters camp and people who are in the David Gilmour camp. I'm in the camp of both of these guys, but I'm also in the camp that says neither one of them can seem to make a amazing album without the other. I mean, Roger Waters' last solo album, his last proper solo album, I thought was pretty good. But at the same time, trying to listen to the whole thing, after a while, I kind of get lost in it. And I think, wow, it'd be really great if David Gilmour was on this. Same thing with this. It'd be really great if Roger Waters had a little influence on it. But, these two guys are a couple of crotchety old bastards. So there you go. Next up, Strong Album, The Mandrake Project. This is at number 11 for Mr. Bruce Dickinson. Like plenty out there have said, better than what Iron Maiden's been putting out the past few albums. It's got a little more rock in it. The songs aren't as long. This has some really, really strong songs on here. It loses you a little bit towards the end, but really good. Really recommend it. Bruce sounds really good on this too. Next up, let's see. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Top 10. We're in the top 10. 10. Bit of a surprise here. Humanoid by Accept. There's the guys in here. Mark Ternillo on vocals. Wolf, of course, on guitar. He sounds great. You know what? This album, it's cheesy. It's a cheesy album in a way. But man, it just sounds so good. And I just really enjoy it when I put it on. And, that's what I want, right? Every time I play it, I'm like, yeah, I'm rocking along with it. Some of the words are really cheesy as hell, but man, I love the vocals on here. I love the guitar work. Up next, another metal one, new wave of British heavy metal. Saxon Hellfire and Damnation. Wow, this is just a good one. It's got some cheesiness. Saxon always has some cheesiness in it, but they still sound great, man. Biff is still rocking it, and just some really solid, strong songs on this album. Next up, a return to form. Sheryl Crow, Evolution. This is kind of more what you expected from Sheryl Crow back in the 90s and the early 2000s. It's got some good up-tempo songs and some really cool, meaningful, slower songs in here. A really good job. There's just maybe one or two kind of clunkers in here, but this is definitely better than what Sheryl has. This is the best thing she's done easily in 15, 20 years probably. Evolution by Sheryl Crow. Next up, here's another little bit of a surprise. Mog's Motel by Phil Mogg. Wow. Hey, I didn't know what to expect from this. Former singer of UFO, but this pretty much sounds like a later day UFO album. If you like UFO, you'll probably like this album. I also like the fact on some of these songs he's got like female background singers, which maybe sounds kind of stupid, but it really works on here. And he sounds really good. It's like, dang, why did UFO have to end? I don't know if he's going to tour any off of this, or maybe he's all done with that, but nice, solid rock and roll album right here. Coming up next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. At number 5, All Born Screaming by St. Vincent. Wow, this is just such a cool album. This album is rock, pop, electronica, you know, experimental stuff. I'm not even sure how to describe some of it. I love some of these vocals on here. There's just moments on here that are really powerful. You know, just goes from really slow, you know, or kind of lower tone stuff to boom, right in your face. And really, really cool album. Really impressed with this one, All Born Screaming. St. Vincent. Next up, coming in at, no, this is number 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry. Carly Pearce, Hummingbird. Oh, yeah. You know, she's kind of like a throwback to the 90s country in a way. But just doing a great job, carrying on maybe where Patty Loveless left off. A great songwriter. This is not somebody who's doing other people's songs, folks. She is writing this song. Got a really good voice. She's not operatic or anything. She's not as folksy as some of the other country people, you know, maybe, but she's not this pop, weird, stupid stuff either. This is just a good country album. Hummingbird by Carly Pearce, probably her strongest album yet. Coming in here at number 4, Dressing the Elephant by Symptoms of Lunacy. This, of course, is from the mastermind, Mickey Maffey. He has his YouTube channel. He plays guitar on there all the time. If you haven't checked him out, please check him out. This was his album before Hello, My Brother. I like this one even better. This is a really strong album. He does all the vocals, all the guitar. I'm pretty sure the bass. The drums, I think, I think they're programmed. This is like a DIY or DIY, do-it-yourself type of deal here. I'd love to see him go into like a regular studio, you know, with a full band and everything and record it. I think he's really got something here. This is a strong album. Good for you, Mickey. Really good stuff here. Next up, we have Invincible Shield by Judas Priest. Jesus, you know, we shouldn't expect Judas Priest to still sound this good. All the changes and everything that's happened with the band, the age of them, the age of Rob Halford. But this album kicks ass. Judas Priest has been on a roll, and this just continues it. Super strong album. So many good songs on this one. Wow. Heavy metal legends. Judas Priest, Invincible Shield, still kicking ass. Coming in at number 2, an instant surf rock classic, Easy as Pie by the Suffragettes. Wow, this is so good. I just enjoy this album so much. So much fun. That's what, you know, that's what I want out of surf rock music. And the songs just stick in your head. They have become really good songwriters, and they do fantastic remakes too, and they do it in ways that maybe you wouldn't expect. They do a Spice Girls song on here, and it sticks in your head. But the original songs that they're writing, they are upping their game. Suffragettes, Easy as Pie. That just leaves one, my number 1 album of the year, True by Jon Anderson and the Band Geeks. Hey, folks, if you're a fan of Yes and you haven't bought this album, do yourself a favor and buy it, because this is the closest thing to classic Yes that we have heard for years and years and years. I enjoy what the current version of Yes is doing, but this is way better. I went and saw the current version of Yes, really enjoyed the show, but this is just fantastic. Jon still sounds really good. The band with him sounds amazing. This sounds like a classic Yes album. You gotta get it if you like Yes. So there you go. Those are my top 15 albums, and maybe an extra one in there, right? What do you think? You know, I know some of you would think a lot of these on here don't belong on here. I know I've got matches with some of you out there, but that's how I'm seeing it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.